nope. Taiga doesn't have the fat Viper. He's fat. Like he's the
new Viper.
He has a big belly. Yeah, it's
new
funny.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and also, why do you think OG in their draft decided, you know, that they did want to just put the Viper as the support and get Amar on the Slardar this game? Because we're not seeing a lot of Slardar, and obviously Amar very, very strong on the Viper off lane. So why do you think the change up there to try and get a Slardar in this game?
He probably likes the matchup if he sees that it's going to be a Dawnbreaker carry. Yep. They probably knew immediately that that's going to be Dyrachyo playing it. So playing Slardar versus most melee carries can be quite nice. And versus Dawnbreaker, you have two different ways to cancel the Starbreaker in lane, right? If you can prime your bash or you just use a Slither and Crush, you can have a decent chance of it. And yeah, I'm curious to see how the lanes are going to be set up because
this is so fun, BCM.
It's got to be the set.
Is this going to stay like this the whole game?
Well,
because like low-key, that's actually kind of bad, isn't it? I mean, how are you supposed to see these trees that he's throwing at you?
Well, let's see if the tree throw is revealed.
Yeah.
But I mean, that does look quite goofy.
Yeah, that...
And musical lanes already.
Well, okay, you at least still see it when it's thrown.
Okay.
Otherwise, that would have actually been pretty bad.
So as we expected, musical lanes. This is all what Gaming Gladiators is about. They love to get the proper lane setup. So you see Dawnbreaker is trying to dodge the Viper Slardar. That is a disgusting lane, gotta be honest. Covers all bases, Viper Slardar. It's all, like, one is all magic damage, one's all physical too, so they're gonna try to put the Enigma down there to take the brunt of the pressure.
And have you sort of been liking this carry Dawnbreaker that we've seen, of course, GG try before, and you know, just a hero in this position? You think it's got potential?
Yeah, I like it a lot actually. This mid and this carried position, it feels really cool. The items that you're able to get and just the buff, of course, in luminosity, it's crazy. Like you hit 15, you have max luminosity, and you are. It's better than Jug Crit in a way. Like, it actually is an absurd amount of damage.
I'm going to get aggressive onto Uragi here. It's going to be good damage with the impetus as well. Uragi
looking pretty dead, actually.
Nice. A lot of Quill Spray stacks, though. But with the three of them surrounding him and one final impetus hit for Celery, it will indeed be first blood for Gaming Gladiators.
And we do get that aggro tri-lane, but oh my goodness, mid lane.
Yes, the solo. We got to get that up on the replay there. BZM getting a solo mid. It'll be a little disappointed, of course, it didn't happen sooner and get the first blood, but still overall, getting a first blood, Tiny versus, well, sorry, a solo kill, Tiny versus Puck. He's going to be happy with that one, BZM.
It's incredible what it sets up for the whole entire game, pretty much, actually. Once you get a level advantage as a Tiny versus Puck, like, you can always get these solo kills. As Misha, he'll go down. The aggro tri-lane, panel mentioned it's a high possibility. We kind of expected it too.
Let's check this out here. Okay, this is going to be a REA just in with the toss. And the final punch. Just not able to get far enough away there, Boom.
Pushing the limits with this skill build. Going for the full aggression rather than having phase shift. All right. I mean, that is a very good start, of course, for OG. And now they're even bringing the tri-lane to battle. They're going to send the Viper top to deal with this Dawn.
I'll tell you what, in the mid again, Boom nearly died a second time there. He was one hit away once more. He's able to heal himself up with the bolt charges. But BZM is very much getting these opportunities to really threaten Boom's life in the mid matchup.
I think he should queue up the raindrop pretty soon. I think, yeah, he already has, so probably going to buy that right away when he can versus this obnoxious Tiny. But yeah, amazing start already. The Tiny and the Slardar having free farm. Bristleback slightly shut down, but he is in the tri-lane versus tri-lane, so Gaming Gladiators just forces tri-lane all the time.
I mean, they look to fight top. They're going to try and go for Uragi. They're in with the snowball. Uragi. Oh, he's got a lit. Oh, no. Actually ends up going down. Celery was able to get in with that last hit to take him out. They will lose Tofu in return.
He's got mana. Celery, one more hit.
I mean, Dratch's going to try that. Dratch's might be able to get Misha. He's going to run down the Zeus, but
nope.
Yeah, he has to hold back. Tiger's going to start stacking up the poison on him.
Oh, Viper is so disgusting. He's actually going to... I think he might die. One more.
They're out of mana, right? Oh,
one more.
Is that enough? It's kept it up at 5 stacks.
Oh, it's really close. He's okay. Let's just look at top lane. This is the fun lane.
So much happening up here.
But just as painful. It's actually probably maybe even worse that he didn't die. He's now sat at 80 HP versus the Bristle and the Viper.
Yeah, that's going to feel bad.
We'll struggle to farm. All right, I mean, this is a very heavy battle lane. Tusk, as they said, the kind of king of tri-lanes, but Viper, I feel like, is also one of those king of tri-lanes that trades with pretty much anybody very effectively. Yeah, he has no tree, so it's just going to be a whole thing, by the way. It's going to be for the whole game. The tree's not showing.
Well, it might change when he levels up, right, the ult. You know, that...
Maybe.
Or you don't think so? You think if the tree's not appearing now, it's not appearing now? Because to be fair, the tree itself doesn't change when you level, does it? It's the same cosmetic.
It's probably just not going to be there. So, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is. It is a good job we can see it when he's throwing it. Because if it was an invisible tree being thrown at you, that's actually kind of game-breaking. On top lane. Another kill here for the aggression of Gaming Gladiators.
Nice Wild Wing play. A free farm Slardar, though. This is going to be setting up a really good game for Amar to have a very good timing. As we know, he likes to play very greedy on his Slardar, so he instantly has the Mask of Madness already queued up. He kind of wants to be the carry himself.
Where are you going?
Let's see how much they can get out of top the tag team.
And Taiga's trying to trade with Celery, but Tofu and Duracho, they just jump straight over onto the Viper. Exactly how you got to deal with the Vipers, right? Just get in the face of them. And of course, with this Triline Gaming Gladiators, they've very much got the damage to blow up the Viper at this stage.
Anybody, really.
Yep.
Anyone who steps up out of position, they have to be very careful. And they have to save, it feels like they have to save Lightning Bolt for the Starbreaker every time. Misha has to be very careful how he does use it. Otherwise, it's a free setup every time Duracho just walks up and gets it on them. Tag team Starbreaker is no joke. No joke at all. Ace will also have free farm, though. So even though there is a Slardar free farming, of course, that Enigma is going to have a really good early start. Go for that Vlad's, which it does seem to be.
Misha. It's going to be fine. Of course, we'll always have that heavenly jump.
Checking the runes. Boom.
It's going to be a nice one. A DD.
It's a big one.
Get some action with this. He'll head over, grab the bounty as well.
He's checking for stacks as well, too.
Oh, top lane Misha. Heavenly jump is on cooldown. No escape. And another kill for this top lane. I mean, you can see already what Duracho is not getting the kills out of this. So, you know, it's ending up going the way of the supports, but 5 assists. They're getting a lot of action out of this top lane.
They'll have 6 really early. Like, they're going to have to watch out for the global threat. He's going to pretty much have it. That's a tri-lane with almost a level 6 Dawnbreaker. I mean, that's pretty ridiculous. They are kind of leaving the lane and giving him a lot of the experience, but still, that might catch OG off guard. And Celery,
oh, they're in with a lightning bolt. And Tofu's moved down to the bottom. They're maybe going to try and see if they can catch Amar by surprise.
I mean, Tofu is dominating this game right now. This Tusk pick is really working out for the early game. This looks a bit deep, maybe.
See how much they want to commit here. They do have Black Hole. BZM is going to come in with the counterplay. TP's in. Starts to go over towards Tofu. Still not quite enough. They're going to drop the Black Hole and they're ready to turn it. They're coming in with the Solar Guardian. There's the follow from Duracho. And also the puck. Boom turning up to make sure they can get the kills out of this one. BZM will go down. Boom was able to catch on the edge of it. You know, the Dream Call onto Amar. So Amar, he'll be chased out. Good reactions from Gaming Gladiators.
Their early game is always so damn good. I know T was mentioning it on the panel. They're so good about making these quick early rotations, and you can see that OG, like, especially Amar was hesitant because he's like, oh god, the threat of Black Hole is there. Yeah. He tries to walk in, boom, Black Hole catches one, and then the quick follow-up from Boom, and they even get a tower now. So an excellent pace being set from Gaming Gladiators with that global threat. I'm so surprised how fast this Dawnbreaker's hit level 6. But I think the biggest highlight really is, as Amar pointed out, Tofu on his Tusk. He really is crushing this early game. 3 points in the tag team, something you don't see too often anymore. A lot of the times we are seeing it switched up. More points being put into the ice shards. Of course, Celery, you know, he does have the 5 kills, but, you know, the Tusk is the one that's enabling a lot of these big jumps forwards.
And when this sort of, you know, early game action's coming at you, if you're OG, what's sort of the game plan for them here?
They have to just kind of farm. Until the Tiny feels like he can always get involved, they have to farm because Bristleback was shut down in the laning phase, so I think they do just have to kind of chill out a little bit. Because there's just an overwhelming amount of damage with this Tusk and with this Dawnbreaker being so high level. Yeah, just still so surprised. Level 7 Dawnbreaker in an aggro tri-lane. That is just incredibly impressive. And as we mentioned, you know, it's tough to make these aggressive moves on OG because they have Viper and Zeus as their 2 supports, so it's really reliant on the cores game in order to make anything. As Taiga,
he's looking pretty dead here.
Another one.
He's gonna have Misha TPing over.
Misha might be in trouble himself too, unless a core rotates. I
mean, Uragi's trying to step up to this, but again, Gaming Gladiators, they've got the numbers. So not much that can be done to save Misha. Misha goes down and Uragi, he's not got a huge amount of mana to play with. I mean, BZM's watching from the side.
Gaming Gladiators is bringing more numbers. Tofu and Boom are here.
Yeah, they're just going to run in from the side, and Reggie with the setup. Dream Coil into the Solar Guardian is going to be able to catch BZM. He's turned with the Avalanche. We're trying to escape this, but Gaming Gladiators, they're more than happy to just constantly bring this brawling action. And OG's lineup, they're just not at a stage where they can deal with this.
No. Tiny having a bit of a rough one, even though he got the first kill in the mid lane, or second kill, I guess, in the mid lane. He's still having a tough time showing up. They're just doing a great job of showing up with these cooldowns. And Elmar also.
I mean, just don't stop it from Gaming Gladiators. 12 to 4.
Dire's top
Tofu.
tower is under attack.
Look at him. He's beautiful in and out of game.
He's popping off.
Yeah, very impressive stuff so far from the rotations. And he doesn't slow down, right? He kills bottom, immediately starts running to the mid lane, looking for another pressure play. Misha
Oh, he has got the jump.
should be okay.
So Tofu knows that he can't commit for
Dire's
this.
bottom tower is
Yeah,
under
bottom lane,
attack.
tower's taken, and now Ace, he can make his way toward top, go for this top tower as well. I think, he has Vlad's already done with Arcane Boots. And Black Hole's going to be
Dire's
back
top tower
available.
is under attack.
Solar Guardian is on cooldown, but still, something that OG does have to be careful of.
Yeah, OG's going to really try and find something now. They're smoking up. They've had enough of this. They want to try and catch Gaming Gladiators when they're not prepared.
BZM has a power rune as well. He's got the Arcane.
Here we go. In onto Ace. Ace should be pretty dead here. Nothing to be done to save him.
A much needed kill. Able to slow down the pressure a little bit here from Gaming Gladiators. They're going to send the Zeus mid to get some level.
Taiga.
The Taiga steps up.
He's trying to finish off the creep, but he kind of just gets baited in. Tofu was ready in the trees. And yeah, Taiga really heavily committing to try and bring that Centaur down, but it didn't happen. Down bottom, Dracio's getting got upon by Amar. Oh, he needed one more hit, didn't quite get it. In fact, he's going to turn towards Boom instead. So Dracio, okay.
Ooh, there we
Amar
go.
knew that. He knew that Thunder God's Wrath was going to be coming up, so he didn't have to spend extra time chasing down Dracio. And that smart heads-up play there from Amar, not over-committing unnecessarily, means that they get both kills out of that play.
Dire's middle
That was
tower
huge.
is
That's a
under
big
attack.
comeback play for Amar in particular.
Yeah.
The Mask
Nice
of Madness
button.
pays off right away. Also, to point out, he is carrying the Ocean Heart. I think it's always something really important to point out in Slardar. Excuse me, I'm coughing for a second. Yeah, it works with your ultimate. Yeah, it's actually really cool. Just you get that little trail, so that counts as a
Radiant
river in
structures
particular.
are
So
fortified.
extra regen, every little thing counts.
Radiant's
And yeah, they needed
bottom
this.
tower
They really
is
did.
under attack.
And talk to me about this. You're talking about the 5 cores, talking about the greed. We're going to have Taiga rushing bots.
He's switching it. No way. Okay, I was
He
going to
had
say
it
no
queued
way.
up. We saw you, Taiga. He had it
Okay.
queued up.
He's done this before.
Radiant's
His Crimson Guard
bottom
build. I
tower is
remember
under
him doing it versus a Visage in
Yeah,
particular.
we see this on some other supports. Right, Puppy the other day went for a Crimson Guard rush.
Can work. Can work pretty nicely. You're just like this aura carrier in a way. It's greedy, but that's kind of what their whole draft is about.
Yeah, he's
things
had enough of getting baited in and dying.
Yeah.
He wants to be able to survive.
Things starting to stabilize a little bit for OG, though. The timings, they should have their blink done on the Tiny soon. He gets a DD rune as well. And after the kills bottom for Amar, Mask of Madness was done, and he's also on his way toward a blink dagger, too, which will allow them to be able to respond to these aggressive plays a bit better. Dyrachyo, level 10 with a full Echo Saber. His damage is going to be ridiculous,
Radiant's middle
especially if he
tower
is near the
under
Tusk.
attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
One more CS, and BZM, he will have blink dagger.
There we go. See what they can do with this reveal.
Will be a lot easier than for, in particular, just to kill Boom, right? The tiny reveal blink dagger with the Zeus ult in particular, it will just kill the puck from 100 to 0 as Misha.
I mean, Tofu was just hanging around here. Misha has gone back up. BZM throws down the avalanche, and the Tofu won't be able to commit for the kill on Misha.
He's got the blink.
Dire's top tower is under
Nicely
attack.
done there, BZM, making sure that as soon as that blinks out, he's getting a kill with it. Keeping the gold even. Very close on the money hit. Overall, Draccio still at the top. And of course, it is a game. Just there with the Solar Guardian in play. Always difficult for OG to make moves anywhere outside of the Dawnbreaker, because Draccio, he'll always be ready to turn up, and he's very close to having that level 2 ultimate. Celery.
Oh, the little things matter. The raindrop, cloak, fluffy hat. Otherwise, he does die. These little types of extra HP to survive the burst of a Tiny.
He's got the full Glimmer now as well, so
He's
that's
armed.
It's going to be even harder to try for that sort of move the next time.
And already now a Wraith Pack done for Ace, so could potentially start kicking up the pace here on Gaming Gladiators.
And there we go. No surprises there. 3 minutes faster than the fastest.
That is very quick.
We have had a few games, as you can see, 3 matches where we've had the Vanguard Viper.
Mid tower, OG doesn't really have the best ways to D-push. The Zeus, he only has Lightning Bolt. He doesn't have Arc Lightning. Their other way of D-push is really just Nether Toxin for now, or taking the fight, so they actually bring the numbers instead of just D-pushing. We'll stop it for now. Amar almost blink. So almost a double blink daggers. Finished up now for the side of OG.
And at that point, they'll definitely be more ready to fight. Or try and match the level that GG are bringing at them.
It's scary still because it's this 3 melee and very limited ways to stop Black Hole, right? They have Lightning Bolt and Tiny in particular to stop it.
Misha
Can he get away?
The one to tank this gank here. As long as they can keep the rest out of harm's way, they won't mind just losing the Zeus, but looks like they will lose Taiga as well. Trees are cut. Was trying to hide, but they instantly clear them out with the Midnight Pulse, and both supports of OG will be found.
It's so much damage really from Dyrachyo, especially if he's near the Vlad's aura too. Like an extra amount of damage for this Starbreaker combo. They're actually just going to threaten the Rosh.
All right, I mean, it's still being seen underneath the ward, but I think, you know, even if Gaming Gladiators knew that was there, they would still go for this. They probably don't feel too scared about what OG's going to bring to them, because off to the side, I mean, boom, he's already looking for the setup. They'll bring Dyrachyo over with the Solar Guardian in on top of BZM. He'll be able to run from this a little bit. Keeping them sort of interested outside and away from the Roshan, and maybe they can look to turn. They jump in. Got the lockdown onto Boom, not quite enough. Boom out to the side, but he's been halted up, and Amar's able to chase him down. They take him out. Dyrachyo tries with the TP, but BZM's back in with the Blink Avalanche.
They might be able to get to the Rosh too.
Yeah, now that they've lost the two cores in that sort of affair up top, it does mean this area around the pit becomes rather scary for Gaming Gladiators in the 3 versus 5 situation for the next 30 seconds.
And Taiga's, he's pretty tanky actually versus these Eidolons. They still hurt a bit, but now the Rosh is slow. They can just take it themselves.
And with the lineup that they have, they take it pretty good.
They sure do.
So maybe, you know, Gaming Gladiators getting a bit ahead of themselves. They've seen Gaming Gladiators go for a steal. Ace is going to try with the black hole, but immediately is stopped by the arrow. Tofu will roll in and look for the steal. He won't get it. OG, they've got the Aegis, picked up on Yuragi, and now they've got the cleanup. They'll take out Ace, they'll take out Tofu. Yeah, I mean, the greed did not pay off there from Gaming Gladiators that time round. They tried to go for Rosh at the same time, chasing those kills up top. They didn't get a clean setup onto BZM with Boom and Dyrachyo, and from that point onwards, it was all downhill.
There must have been some type of like miscommunication going. Like Boom making the aggressive play while his team is Roshing. Like, they just get fully punished, OG. And their lineup, we were mentioning they have some difficulties, of course, stopping Black Hole, but BZM wasn't even like in the screen, so he was able to just jump in and get the stop instantly.
Yeah, OG's going to be very, very happy with that one.
Yeah. Now they have pretty ridiculous timings going to be coming out. Yuragi almost has Ags done.
There's miles around it from OG.
Their greed now has paid off completely.
Radiant's middle
They
tower
weathered the storm a bit of that early game, that early pressure of losing the 3 towers, and now get handed a free Rosh for this Bristleback, who now is going to become a very big problem for them to try to bring down.
Yeah, that's a much bigger swing than the numbers show. You know,
Yes.
It's just sort of like a 3k gold difference that grew out of that. But if you just sort of consider momentum that Gaming Gladiators had, that they just let slip away from them,
They might lose Dyrachyo again here too.
He's got to run.
Nature attends.
Looks like he will get out in time. But very much that, just a little bit of a difference, putting Gaming Gladiators at a point now where they're struggling to fight. Dyrachyo has got the Starbreaker immunity with the shard to get away. Tofu's taken down, they're in with the Dream Coil, so they can punish OG for this dive. They'll take down Amar. Can they deal with Yuragi?
Nope, and he just gets a 300 gold from the Wraith Pact as well.
On BZM, he's in. He's going to be able to get the toss back onto Ace. They're going to be able to take down the Enigma as well.
He knows how strong he is. Like, look at this. He's just committing even onto high ground as his Bristle. While meanwhile, Taiga's just hitting mid. So they're getting so much out of the map in these last few moments.
Taiga's loving it.
Yeah.
You know, and with the way that last fight went, he was like, you know what? Please to travel, they're back on the menu.
First the Crimson Guard,
Get
though,
the Crimson,
he knows.
get the bots. He's going to be happy.
And it is starting to feel like there might be some damage issues on Gaming Gladiators, in particular versus Bristol. Like, Dyrachyo has Ags.
BZM, he's just straight at them. In on top of the Dyrachyo. Dyrachyo's taken down. He can even look to try and chase for more here with a haste. Boom's got to get out with the illusory orb, but BZM's ready and waiting. Boom tries to outplay him, but of course Yuragi and Misha, they're waiting on the back lines to deal with him. Avalanche is back up. It really does feel like that, you know, Gaming Gladiators, they needed to ride that advantage this game. They let it slip away, and you sort of make that mistake against a team like OG, you're going to get punished very heavily.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. Like, they had this perfect early game setup, taking all three lanes pretty much in a way, and then just getting that split move. That was just too much for them to try to go for with their lineup. They had to just full commit onto one thing. Either the Rose should go for these kills, and yeah, they get punished so heavily. Now it's Misha has a Veil. He almost has his Shard too. I mean, like we said,
they get a massive
it's kind of this like 5-core kind of lineup that OG's gone for and gotten away with it. I mean, Crimson Guard, Vanguard also on the Bristle. Like, how do you actually bring him down? still has Aegis even for another minute too. So they can just keep sweeping the map. Every time Dyrachyo shows his face, they run directly at him. That's how you limit that global play.
I mean, Yuragi, he's just ready to die.
Ace.
He's sort of far out here to the side. I mean, amping him up. Misha's getting turned upon the Eidolons. The black hole for what?
Oh, it gets cancelled by the Avalanche.
And I'm sure you know you're going to be.
We'll find Taiga in the mid. But indeed, you can't help but feel that it's looking rough. It's looking shaky from Gaming Gladiators.
And every one of these...
Such a clean start. I mean, as you said, Gaming Gladiators, they've had some fantastic early game. And this game, not an exception. You know, at the beginning looks smooth, but then one mistake, and OG just are continuing to just make sure they just don't even get the chance to make another mistake, because OG, they're not letting up this lead.
No. And every time that there is one of these like missed ultimates on the side of Gaming Gladiators, it's massive. As we mentioned,
need them.
They are really all about those long cooldowns right now. OG, they don't have to rely on anything. They literally are going to be all about this front forward aggression. All they have is Zeus ulti. Like, that's their longest cooldown. Everyone else has no cooldowns. Aegis is going to be going down in 15. Gaming Gladiators might set up for a move as it times out. 10 seconds.
BZM is going to force them to have to start things now. 5 seconds.
Radiant's middle tower.
The backup of Mark. He's in with the crush. He's not going to let them get anywhere close to Yuragi. Yuragi's going to be able to step out to the side, heal up with that Aegis regeneration. See, BZM be the new focus. They'll try and go for the Tiny.
He is deep.
Get him. And the Solar Guardian. BZM's able to dodge it to the side. He's still alive. Finally, he goes down. But it did take an awful lot to bring down the Tiny. And now Gaming Gladiators, if they really got anything more in the tank to take any further kills, I don't think they have. They've got to back off. Yuragi just completely untouched and pretty much full HP.
Look at the damage.
A huge amounts of damage with this minus armor and physical coming into play from the two of them, Amar and Yuragi. As Gaming Gladiators, they get a couple of kills, but they couldn't quite make the move onto Yuragi in time. And now over in the mid boom, also got to be a bit careful.
He's trying to cut these waves, trying to get any farm. He has Blink. He's a bit safer now, but... Whew.
Yuragi's just getting completely out of control. 13k net worth.
He's unkillable. He really has hit the point of just being immortal. And he has a whole nother item coming out as well, too. A BKB done. So now even the coil, even the full combo, he can just walk right through it. Same thing for Amar.
Yeah, they've got the 2 BKBs.
Oh, boy.
I mean, they've just turned this up to 11 here, OG. It very much feels like with these BKBs coming out,
they also
they could look for they're going to be ready to dark base.
Like, BZM's about to have one done, too. And now, boom, he showed himself.
He's dead?
He's gone.
It's going to be very, very hard for Gaming Gladiators to regain control of this game.
Triple BKB's done. So all 3 cores BKB finished up, and yeah, feels like the damage, especially for the puck, is now just gone. Boom's game.
And Celery.
He's going to get like 2-shotted by Bristle. 1.
My goodness.
2.
Monster kill.
Big damage indeed, Yuragi. 8, 2, and 10.
Look at the levels also. As we said, you know, OG, they tend to do this a lot of the times, the distribution of farm on their 3 cores. All 18. So max Warpath, max corrosive
He can't
haze.
clear up the mid-wave. He's just going to die straight through the BKB. Of course, BKB is not going to do anything against the Bristle and the Slardar.
And on to the next one, BZM. He's kind of baiting them here.
Go, go, go.
Radiant's
Oh, Oblivion Staff on the floor.
Wait,
oh,
what?
Jesus.
Oh. Got a bit of inventory management on the fly there.
BZM's trying to, because he's trying to disassemble, make his BKB, and it just got
Of
messed
course he
up.
didn't have the slot, so he dropped it to me, yeah.
There we go. Now he's got a moment to fix it up.
There we go. Unlock combining on the axe.
They gotta unlock the axe now. Okay, there we go.
There we have it. All good.
A game feels actually impossible now for Gaming Gladiators.
That one point, it really is looking to be one of those games where there was that one moment that you can pinpoint where it just all fell away from Gaming Gladiators. And now, of course, it's just down to the relentless, sort of just going from OG. They knew from that point onwards that with that little bit of a lead, that little bit of a swing, they could just continue to force it. And Gaming Gladiators, since that moment, they've never been able to get anywhere close to having the ability to make the same level of moves they could in the early game.
They're going to be kicking themselves, really, for splitting up the moves and just not having the Dawnbreaker, not having the puck, just playing around that Roche pit. Going for this top play, it really crippled their entire game. As now Celery, very likely to just get brought down here from Amar.
He doesn't want to do it. Oh, he's teasing with it. He's got backup coming in. Oh, okay.
Okay, that was a little awkward.
A little bit awkward, but they'll get the job done.
Yeah, you can feel that Gaming Gladiators just like it's in desperation mode. Like shove out the lanes, grab some creeps, but you can tell that they're like, we don't really know what to do anymore because we can't set up on the cores. They all have BKB, so if we coil them and we go for a solo Guardian play, they just pop BKB and turn it. The only things they can really do is kill supports, and can they even kill them? I mean, Viper, like Taiga.
Taiga's tank.
He's massive. Plate Mail, Perseverance, and a Crimson Guard.
I didn't get his bot stream at the end of the day.
Good. You know what?
He's building smart.
And he's got a Pupil's Gift too, so all this thing factored in, he's still tanky.
Tries to TP out in the trees, but they'll find him. Misha drops down the lightning bolt. Very much feels like they've just been sort of scattered all over the place here, Gaming Gladiators. They've lost control of the game.
Yeah. Bristol almost with an AC on top of all the minus armor they already have. Heroes are literally going to start getting two-shotted. With the Corrosive Haze, with the max stack Warpath, he actually might even one-shot the supports. Even though Celery has a solar crest, it does feel like he's going to be hitting them for over 500 damage.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Duraccio,
attack.
he shows his face for a second. Yuragi, he's on the hunt.
Can BKB TP. Or BKB Solar Guardian. That also works.
Ooh. Amar was almost in range. Actually had blink.
Actually, he had to do that as well. His TP was on cooldown still for 15 seconds, so indeed needed to use the ult to escape.
Did save the BKB though. He did use the Starbreaker into it instead, so yeah. Does at least have that for next time. But it doesn't feel like there's going to be a fight, right? It does not feel like there's a possibility for them to take any fight after all that's happened. Taiga, he's tanky.
See if they can take him down. He's going to have backup coming in. Even if they did kill him, it wouldn't have felt good, and they don't even get to kill him. Taiga's more than fine.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
AC done.
And Amar.
Radiant's
You see him
middle
ready to go
tower
there,
is
of course.
falling.
No fear with the BKB. They're ready to jump, and they'll be ready to die. But OG very much on heroes and with items that if they get a kill at the edge of the base of Gaming Gladiators, I won't be surprised if we see them diving tier 4s.
Agreed. They don't even need to though. Look how fast he kills this tower. 3 more hits or so.
Radiant structures are fortified.
We'll have the glyph for a moment, but Duraccio, no BKB for 50 seconds. So even if he steps up, he's just going to get tossed back. Has to be so careful with his positioning. Now, I'm not sure what the item that they can wait for is either. That's the problem. It's like Enigma getting close to BKB, so potentially that could be something, but even then, it's like, do they have the damage to even follow up inside of this black hole anymore? I was actually looking at Tofu. I thought maybe he was farming an Aghanims. But he actually's gone for like this blink, so he can't actually go for anybody. I actually feel like it is just all relying about like kicking people to tier 4s almost at this point.
It feels like that might be the play, but as you say, he's not got the items for it. Even if he wants to, it's going to be a long way away. And you can very much feel the impending push from OG. They're going to be able to get themselves another round of the Roshan.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be all theirs.
Hairball online.
Amar, he's not only going to have that AC aura coming in from Yuragi, he's also close to having a moonshot on himself, so the bashes are going to be plentiful.
And he's got level 20 also, so even more minus armor. Nice little 24. I mean, what's the maximum minus armor they can put? So with Goo, you can put 7 stacks, so 20, minus 21, minus 24, minus 45, and then the AC aura. So like minus 50 armor or so that they can put onto heroes pretty quickly.
And I mean, looking at Gaming Gladiators heroes, right? It's not like these are high armor heroes in the first place.
They are squishy.
Duraccio.
Couple hits.
He may just be dead.
He is.
He's gone. He has got buyback. Obviously questionable what a second life would even do in this sort of situation. I mean, here we go. Tier 4 diving that we expected to see. They're in, they take down Ace. We very much might see the GGs coming out soon because this game, it feels completely over.
Oh my god, Celery, 2-hit.
Here's the buybacks.
Is looking up.
Gaming Gladiators, they'll give it another shot.
Amar's back in.
He's already in on top of him. Duraccio, is he able to live? He's not. Taken out. There's the GGs. It's called. OG, 28 minutes. They'll get this game won. And again, we've seen it so many times
great
from
camera
OG.
angle.
Just this team, you know, they always give